Does your friend often do that?
Strange. We all right? Be back, Ironman.
Hey, what was that?
Went forward in time to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of the coming conflict.
How many did you see?
14,605,000.
How many did we win?
One.
Why would you do that?
We're in the Endgame now.
What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Doctor Strange's actual plan. So now it's been about, I guess you could say, 4 weeks since Endgame came out, ish, give or take. We can talk about what was Doctor Strange's actual plan. That was the main theory that was going around on his channel. We did a video about 4 months ago saying what was Doctor Strange's actual plan. Revealed ? Well, it turns out we were actually wrong. We were thinking too complex, and what actually happened in the movie was pretty basic. So if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to never miss any of the videos. We are currently giving away a Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinity Gauntlet. No, it's not the new nanotech one because that's not out till August, but we will give away one of them in the month of August. So all you have to do is drop any Marvel Avengers comic book related comment down below. So recently the screenwriters of Avengers Endgame have revealed the hidden secret message behind Doctor Strange's plan in Infinity War. And let's be honest guys, it's a pretty weak plan to be honest. So Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely have suggested fans go back and rewatch them at that moment, and when you do, it is pretty sad. So the screenwriters of Endgame revealed the hidden meaning behind the message. Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely penned the script from the previous installment in the Infinity War saga, as well as last month's concluding chapter. Speaking to Hollywood Reporter, the pair have now confirmed what Doctor Strange's plan was, played by Benedict Cumberbatch, knew what needed to happen in Endgame for the Avengers to win. Fans like our channel have speculated so many ideas of what outcome could have been in the 14 million plus possibilities in order to have a victory. And we were wrong, like we said, guys, because his plan was literally so simple that you listening to this video could have worked the plan out or could have made the plan up. So the only way this works is if Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, dies. Marcus and McFeely confirmed. If you go back and watch Infinity War, then Strange says, 1. Benedict is just choked on emotion now. That you know the end. Go back and watch the moment. He means you're going to have to die, Tony. So I play that clip at the start of the video. It is pretty sad, but it is kind of interesting, and it is a bit of cop out. His plan was only Doctor Strange could work this out. Only Tony Stark could do it. I mean, realistically, from a strength point of view, anyone else could have done it realistically, but I guess it went full circle. So really, it's pretty sad that Tony had to die. He had to protect the world. It was the only way out. Although, however, this plan does center around a lot of the other Avengers. The entire Endgame plot makes sense, especially because Marvel crafted a super trump card for Avengers 4. Yes, it's called Avengers 4, but it's also called Endgame. This is the only way they can win. In hindsight, Doctor Strange explicitly mention of their 1 in 14,605,000 chances is also a trick that allows Marvel to arrange the story in a specific way that deals with the circumstances with ease. Unhappy that Tony Stark choice not to erase the last 5 years following this up. It was the only way they could win. Wait, is the Spider-Man in high school alongside most of his buddies in Far From Home? It was the only way. You don't like the fact that their lives of billions of people were just hit by a massive second event as the Vanish returned? It was the only way. It makes perfect sense. if you explain it like that. So it's interesting that the only way was to erase half the universe for 5 years, and then they all returned suddenly. And I was very surprised about this movie, very surprised that Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, literally didn't have much to say. In fact, the Ancient One had more to say in this movie. So Strange's return to life when Hulk reversed the snap was able to direct the final events of plan with one hand while holding back on rushing with the other, of the waterfall with the other, delaying Iron Man until the exact moment that he could steal back the Infinity Stones and destroy Thanos. She told Hulk that the Sorcerer Supreme would never let someone take this time stone, which as part of the Aya Agamotto, it is their job to defend, but changed her mind when she learnt that her student, who she hasn't even met but has seen in visions of the future, handed it over to Thanos. Trusting his judgment, she agreed to let Hulk take it as long as he promised to return all the stones to their original time when the Avengers had finished their plan. It's Bruce Banner promising the Ancient One their plan will succeed and they will return this time stone along with all the other stones, Infinity Stones, so they're not about to steal from various timelines. Banner promises the Sorcerer Supreme they'll bring back the stones at the exact time they were taken to prevent any nasty timeline breaches. But did Captain America do that? No, then Loki kind of disappeared with his space stone. So yeah, you mean they did mess the timeline up in many ways, which is very interesting. But let's remember, when Banner astral plane talks to the Ancient One, he's unaware of what happens back at the Stark Tower when Tony and Scott are about to lose or have just lost the Space Stone, obviously, to Loki. Therefore, he is unaware they're going back to the 1970s to get more Pym particles. Hulk's arrival at the Sanctorium while the Sorcerer was still fighting the T'Chari on the roof. There's no telling how long they've been discussing the whole matter. Meanwhile, Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Scott Lang needed to wait for the Battle of New York to get over before attempting to steal the Mind Stone and Space Stone from inside the Stark Tower. There's nothing to support the idea at any time Banner would have been informed of the setback with the Tesseract. Given everything he explained in his life so far, Banner must have had to believe that they would either win, resurrect Hank Pym, and create more of his particles, or they find a way to create new particles themselves. Regardless of what happened, short of him dying, he'd have a chance to actually keep his hasty made promise and return the stones to their original timelines. That said, it doesn't change the fact that Hulk / Banner did do whatever was necessary for them to win, and they nearly missed the opportunity. Ultimately, he proved that he was also willing to do whatever it took to return the stones, even if it meant having to accept what happened in the battle, including Tony Stark dying, including everything else, because, after all, everything that happened during the battle from the moment the Vanish returned to life was about to keep the stones away from Thanos, then sending them back to their current timelines. Strange was able to ensure victory to Thanos, but now he has no time stone to protect Earth, as its timeline was destroyed by Thanos when he evaporated them into little atoms, which is very interesting. So, does this set up Dormammu? Because obviously, no time stone, no time loop. How can he keep Dormammu? How the promise is broken? Strange might wish he had that time stone. Now the Earth Devourer, obviously we're not on about Galactus, we're on about Dormammu. I hope you guys butcher me down below by how I say that word. So it is interesting that now that Doctor Strange has no time stone because the time stone was destroyed by Thanos, there is no time stone. But let's not forget that Doctor Strange is the Sorcerer Supreme. He is the head magician. So in theory, this could set up Dormammu to be the villain of Doctor Strange 2 or someone like Nightmare. But then you look at the leaks and it reckons that Doctor Strange 2 is actually going to be set in the 1980s and the Ancient One is going to feature prominently. Now, I really hope this is not the future of Marvel. I really hope the future of Marvel does not involve storylines from the 80s, from the 90s, from the early 2000s. I want Doctor Strange's story to go forward. Like literally, Doctor Strange now is going to have all these dark dimension, dark enemies, dark villains coming after him. Well, not coming after him, coming after Earth. And he is the only one that realistically him and Wong can defend. But obviously, Doctor Strange is stronger than Wong. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. Although rumors are rumors, there's no verification that yes, Tilda Swinton, who I believe that's how you say it, who plays the Ancient One, will appear in Doctor Strange 2. I have no issue with her actually appearing in Doctor Strange 2, but I do have an issue with Marvel wanting to set all these Phase 4 movies in the past, because to me and to a lot of people that I speak about, setting movies in the past is pretty much irrelevant. People aren't really bothered. Now, there are rumors that the Black Widow movie is actually going to be set straight after, this is actually coming from Sebastian Stan, coming straight after Captain America Civil War, which I really hope that's not the case, because if there's no threat to the main star dying, then what is the point of the movie, in my opinion? So, guys, like always, let me know everything that you think down below. That would be awesome. If you could, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. That would be awesome. We're going to keep pushing the Marvel, the DC, the pop culture stuff. I love this channel so much, and I'm so appreciated for you guys liking, subscribing, commenting, disliking, whatever you do. Just engage, guys. That's letting me know that you guys like the content. As we know, Spider-Man Far From Home is coming out in July, so we're going to be vamping up the Spider-Man footage as of next week. And then we do have Dark Phoenix coming out in June, but I know no one's really interested in that, which doesn't really make any sense, because at the end of the day, it's still got Professor X, it's still got Magneto, it's still got the Phoenix Force. Be interesting to see how the X-Men slide over to the MCU DMs at some point. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.